Are you able to see my screen? Are you guys able to see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay. So if I remember clearly, in the last session we were let me adjust this to the left. Okay. Maybe we can give a little bit, maybe 1 minute for me to admit every other person into the class. While I'm still admitting them, where did we leave at last time? Okay. If I remember correctly, I think we had talked about detailed importation process, isn't it? Then we were supposed to start on single administrative document. Can someone confirm that we're supposed to be starting on single administrative document?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Just ensure your camera is up. So let's wait and admit everyone so that everyone can at least participate in the class. Okay, I hope now everyone who intended to attend the class has already joined. That said, let's just proceed to single administrative document. So I hope my screen is also equally clear. Let me just narrow this, yes. So single administrative documents. Let me see if I do in form of presentation to be very visible, yes. Is that visible? Okay. So, okay. Let me just go back to okay. I think this would be better because at least the whole screen is clearly visible. Oh, others are still joining. Okay, welcome Abbas. So let's proceed. Single administrative document. In order to facilitate international trade, it's very important that the layout of goods declaration used by all customs administration be standardized, in that we have a standardized way or format in which all declaration should follow. Okay. So this particular format is one such that any individual will be familiar with, and therefore in the normal execution of the customs duty can be able to pinpoint areas of concern and can be able to mark out specific areas. Let's say, for example, the importer, the exporter, the country of origin, the destination of such particular goods, the quantities declared, the taxes paid, among those other areas within a single administrative document. I think the last time I shared with you an entry, isn't it? Class rep. Yes, class rep. Do you have the class rep on?
Yes, I'm around.
Yes, I just wanted you to confirm that I shared a format of an entry, isn't it?
Yeah, you shared last time in our subgroup.
Exactly. So maybe if you are able to access your WhatsApp, you can be able to at least look at it while I'm going through the single administrative document. Some of the things that I might discuss are within that particular example of an entry, so that you can be able to understand and comprehend what I mean by single administrative document, and why it should be in a standardized format, one that can easily be understood, one that is standardized
Okay.
across various consignments. So thank you for acknowledging that.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So let me proceed. Thus, custom administrations are required by the revised Kyoto Convention to conform to the UN layout key. This layout prescribes the size of the form and the minimum data to be provided on the declaration. The use of UN layout key has led to the development of a single administrative document, like the one I had shared with you. Let's move to the next slide. Uses of a customs entry. The following are some of the uses of a customs entry. I can see various people are having issues with their camera. Okay, others are okay. Habel Mbaru, his camera never works, eh? Habel, just confirm for me through audio that you are around.
Yes, I am, sir.
Okay, thank you. Having done that, let's now proceed officially. So, like I'd said, the following are the uses of a customs entry. One, control of movement of goods subject to customs control. And as earlier on, we had seen various types of goods can be subject to customs control. This can include consignments whose duties have not been paid, and therefore, in one way or another, are supposed to be collected, or are supposed even to be warehoused in a customs warehouse. So therefore, such goods can be controlled once they are entered and captured in entries. So therefore, they can be entered in various regime codes, as I'll show you later on. This can include warehousing entries, can include house or local consumption, whereby we'll have a C4 entry. Can also include transit entries, can include transshipment entries. I shall elaborate later on these particular entries or on these particular regimes. Number two, for assessment of custom taxes, that's also another thing that we can use entries to do. Therefore, the entries will tell us the customs value, and the value of that particular consignment, including FOB, including the exchange rates, including the various taxes being collected on that particular consignment. That would be, for example, import duty, excise duty, value add tax, among other duties. So therefore, it can be able to help you assess the various taxes. Were they collected correctly? If they were not, then therefore, you can even call for other extra taxes. Then number 3, for collection of trade statistics, in that the information contained within these particular entries can later on be analyzed and followed and confirmed, and therefore can be used to store various important data pertaining to maybe the trends in importation, trends on exportations, trends on various aspects that are considered important when analyzing information pertaining to customs data. And lastly, for enforcement of prohibited and restriction laws. Thus, in those particular entry, the individuals will be required to state, but in specific, whatever they're bringing in or whatever they're taking out. And thus, this will be compared against various laws, various restrictions, and only upon them complying or being compliant with these particular restrictions, then therefore that particular entry can be processed further. So thus, it can be used as a means of enforcing restriction and prohibitions. Having said that, let me move to the next. Today, I'll try at least to move a little bit faster so that we can at least be through with this and move maybe to exports as we move further. Legal framework for entry form. That is a single administrative document. Section 233 of the East African Community Customs Management Act of 2004 provides for the use of a prescribed form where such forms are prescribed. This is read together with the regulation 39, 89, 104, and 105 of the East African Community Customs Management Regulation of 2010, which specify that the form C17 shall be used for entry of goods. C17B is used in Kenya and it is in Simba, and it is Simba system based. So the example I shared with you is referred to as Form C17B, and you'll be able to see it noted as that, Form C17B at the top. I think I have one here. If maybe you look at this, there's an area marked here, and there's also another area to this top corner. You'll be able to see written Form C17B. At the top left, top right corner. If you look at the entry that I shared, you'll see it being denoted as Form C17B. So that's the single administrative document that's currently being used for declarations in Kenya. And this document, you'll find a copy of it in the Simba system. And therefore, it can be trailed, and individuals can insert reports. Individuals can give information regarding their findings regarding that particular entry. And therefore, the entry as is being processed from one individual to another or from one office to another can be easily traced through the single administrative document form, which has an entry number. The entry number is, if you are looking at the particular document I shared with you, at the side where I had marked and crossed off, the opposite side of that direction, at the top left, just below this Form C17B, where the C17B has been written, you'll be able to see an entry number. And that entry number can be used to track that particular entry, to track that particular Form C17B. So let me move to the next slide. So single entry form, that is C17B. You can have a look at a sample document. I'll share that sample document. I think mine has just fallen. Let me just retrieve it. Yes, I have mine back. So if you're able to look at the document I sent to you, I think I didn't want to share one online here because I don't have a virtual copy of one. But the one I shared with you, let me see if classmate. Uh, let me see if I'll be able to download one so that you can be able to go through and see the various specific parts of a single administrative documents, and why we are referring to it having been in a standard form. So please
Okay, sir.
remind me to display a soft copy of one. Are you together?
Okay, sir.
Okay, okay. In the meanwhile, let's just proceed. So common items in a single administrative document. We have the importer details. I think I'll be forced just to try and share one. We have the importer details. Let me try and use the one that we have on WhatsApp. The one that we have on WhatsApp, let me just forward it to my email again. Okay. Yeah, I think I now have it on my Gmail. Let me look at my inbox. Okay, here it is. Let me download it first. I hope my internet is fast. Okay. Is this visible? Is it visible enough?
Yes, it is.
Okay, let me just. Okay, okay, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, we can see it.
Okay, okay. So let's try and look at some of the items that we are saying should be on a single administrative document. One is the importer details, two exporter details. On this, you can be able to see there's an exporter here. This area here, we have the exporter. Then followed beneath it, we have the importer. That's the consignee. And with the importer, we have the PIN here. Then we have the agent just beneath it, who's the individual who's tasked with processing that particular consignment. Then the entry number, the one I was telling you, just beneath the form C17B acronyms. Beneath we have the entry number. We have country of consignment. And I would want to differentiate that with the country of origin. I think the country of origin. Yeah, so country of origin is where these particular goods are coming from. But the country of consignment is where the offices of these particular individuals who are dealing in these particular goods are located at. So you'd find at times the country of consignment can be different from the country of origin. For example, someone who's located in South Africa may decide to produce goods from a COMESA country. Maybe we produce goods from Zimbabwe or any other state that is sure is a COMESA state, so that it can be able to get exempted import duty. So in such scenarios, you may find that a country of origin is different with country of what? Consignment. Another item you can find there is the BL number and the manifest number. So above it, we have the manifest number, that is column number 8. Oh, no, column number 7, sorry for that. Column number 7, the manifest number. Column number 8 is date of arrival. 7, so this is 5, 6, 7, 8. Column number 8 is the bill of lading number. Country of consignment is China. CN is China. They're usually in form of acronyms. This is China. Country of last consignment. Country of final destination. Some of these might not be that important. Place of discharge. Mode of transport. We look at all of this information later on. This is the FOB, free on board, being the value of those goods in the foreign place before they're loaded even onto the, until the port of loading. That is when they're put on the ship bound for export to another foreign destination. That is the FOB. I'll talk about that later on. So all of this we shall refer to, and these were approximately the taxes paid, total taxes. So grand total, that's number 48. Then this is maybe the reference of the officer who passed it. So all that details. All that details. So let me just go back to our notes. But I think we've now at least gone through a sample, isn't it? And at least picked up some few information that we may have queries later on, that we want to ask later on and understand. Yes, David. David? David has raised his hand.
Sorry for that.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's proceed. Let me just now minimize this so that we continue. So common items on a single administrative document would include the importer details, you've seen that, exporter detail, declarant's detail, that is the declaring agent, processing office. Processing office, I think you are able to see that. You are seeing it here. Internal container, depot, ICD. Frontier office, where that consignment arrived at. It arrived at the port of Mombasa, then was moved to ICD. So all that information is there. Let me just mute all so that we do not have mics that interfere. Okay, then after that we have manifest number. I think I've shown you the manifest number. So the manifest number, then date of arrival, when that particular shipment arrived, agent's details, mode of transport, nationality of transport, marks and numbers. That will include things like the container number, the seal, that is the seal attached on that particular container. And therefore, if we go to verify that consignment and find a different seal, then there would be an alert on our side, isn't it, that this container has been tampered with. Then description of goods. Description of goods. Let me just show you the description of goods. I think the description of goods is provided under items. As in item 1 is here. We may have item 2 falling in the next page, but it will look at like this area here. It will look exactly like this particular area. Let me see if I can mark the area. To look like this particular area here. deleted the changes. So that area that I had marked, let me just zoom in so that you see the area. So the first item is this. Another item that's added, you just have item number 2 and appearing in a similar format. Maybe I'll share with you maybe a similar entry of more than one item so that you understand what I'm meaning to say. Then value of those particular goods and value of duty, total gross weight. Let me just show you the value of these particular goods. The value of these particular goods is here. We have, let me mute, please. Okay, so the value of these particular goods is here. Total FOB, that is the value of those particular goods in the foreign country where they were destined for importation to our country, isn't it? So in that foreign location, let me again mute. Okay, so in that foreign location, the value until the point whereby those goods were put on board of the ship. That is, this FOB is excluding the freight and it's also excluding insurance. So therefore, we would have freight. We are seeing part of the freight here and insurance here for the first consignment, item number 1. So this entry can be able to capture the value of the goods. And now this is the total customs value, inclusive of freight. That is the amount that was charged to carry that good on board of a ship until it docked here. And also it includes insurance in this particular value. So we have the customs value and we have the FOB, free on board. Let me move on. So value of for duty, total gross weight. We have total gross weight here. Here is the total gross weight. Okay. Are you seeing total gross weight here? Some few columns beneath the entry number. Number 22, column 22. Total gross weight. Then we have net weight. Net weight is also just beneath it. Sorry for the... So we have net weight beneath it, being this. This net weight for the first item. Then we have VA, and we might have item number 2, so that at the end of totaling all these, they can total up to this. Okay, let me mute that. Then we have, after net weight, we have unit of quantity. Unit of quantity can be in terms of kg, can be in terms of cartons, can be in terms of packaging. There's someone whose mic is up. I'm trying to confirm who is it. Yeah, vigilance. Let me mute it. Okay. Yes. So unit of quantity. So unit of quantity. Here we have unit of quantity. You can see in this particular case, there are 2 units. These are 2 sewing machines together. Like in this particular consumption, sewing machine. So therefore, we had only 2 sewing machines. So therefore, there are 2 units. So this is the unit of quantities. So the unit being 2 units. If they were maybe in terms of bags, then therefore they would refer to maybe kg, 25 kgs together. So these are 2 units. Then we have country of origin. I'd shown you the country of origin. I'd shown you the country of origin. It was somewhere here next to the item itself. Country of origin being China in this particular case, CN. Let me show you country of origin. Are you seeing country of origin here? Under item 1. Vigilance, your mic keeps on coming up. Why? There's a problem with Vigilance mic, yeah? No matter how much we try to mute it, it keeps on coming back and it interferes with the session. Okay, let me now, I think that is all for that. Rate of duty, duty payable and other charges. Let me also show you that. Rate of duty. So you can see the rates of duties just beneath the item. It has no import duty. It has no import duty. It has no excise duty. It has only VAT, which is at 14, currently at 14%. So VAT being at 14%, they were able to pay this amount of money. And other charges here, other taxes here, whose code includes 710, 745, and 747. So we'll also look at these particular taxes later on and understand what are these particular taxes that are payable. So you can be able to understand what rates were. So therefore, these rates of taxes correspond to the regime code, the commodity code. The commodity code is the HS code of that particular consignment. Is the HS code of that particular consignment. So various HS code have different tax rates. So you might find a different HS code here would attract maybe import duty, would attract excise duty, and would attract value add tax. So for now, that is all about how the entry may look like or may appear. I think maybe in the next session, we'll talk about the customs regime code so that I elaborate as we try and move a little bit at a higher pace. Abel Mbaru has raised his hand. So let me give a session for questions before we go for break. Anyone with a question? Yes, Abel?
Yes, I'm seeing FOB value and CIF value.
Yes.
In the entry form.
Yes.
I was just wondering, what's it about? The import and export, imported on FOB.
Yes. You were just wondering the difference between the two.
No, I know the difference. It's only that I thought since it's an entry form.
Okay. Come again. I want to understand the question because I'm not understanding it clearly.
I was just asking. I thought importation is through CIF, so I was seeing an FOB value and a CIF value.
Okay. Thank you. I'll address that. Any other question before we proceed any further? Kakai? Kakai Waluka? Yes, Kakai, you raised your hand, yet your mic is down. Can you unmute, then you tell us? Or you ask a question.
Okay, my question is the meaning of nationality of transport.
Okay, nationality of transport, okay. Any other question apart from that?
Yes, I have a question.
Yes, Mike.
So from your entry, if you add the total customs value,
yes,
and the grad total taxes,
yes,
so that the price of the product from in Kenya.
Okay, thank you for that. Any other person? Okay, so let me start with the first question. On the particular document, you had seen an FOB value, and also you saw customs value. It's usually important to declare, because that's the general format, in that the FOB is the value of those particular consignment up to the point whereby they were loaded on the ship, destined for another location. So that constitutes the FOB. The transport charges up to the port of export. So once those consignment have been loaded on a ship, that's where the FOB stops at. So it means free on board. All the charges have been catered for up to the point whereby it had come on board of that particular ship. So once that has been catered for as FOB, the rest remaining is to be freight and what else? Insurance for that consignment as it comes through sea. Having captured that, then that's equally important, isn't it? Then now let's move to the CIF part of it. So therefore we will have FOB part and also CIF part so that we can deduct and calculate and determine is the freight value reasonable? What is the transport for a consignment coming from a certain location to another location? So that if we understate the freight in an attempt to ensure maybe later on that the taxes are underpaid, if he understates the insurance, then therefore we can be able to address a particular concern. I think the time is running out on us. Let me try and answer the second question.